From the Detroit Free Press, it's Friday, March 19th. Here are today's top stories. Presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Dave Boucher with the Detroit Free Press. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and ex-Health Department Director Robert Gordon recently revoked a confidentiality clause in a controversial agreement that paid Gordon $155,000 after he left a role central to fighting COVID-19. Though we still don't know exactly why the former Health and Human Services Director resigned in January, a letter he sent to lawmakers Thursday hints at policy disagreements pertaining to the pandemic and orders. Quote, on occasion there were robust conversations about policy issues where reasonable people could disagree and did, Gordon wrote. He later added that Whitmer deserves a department head, quote, with whom she is comfortable. Gordon's separation agreement, especially the confidentiality clause, drew substantial ire from state lawmakers. They were even more upset when news broke about other similar agreements, such as one with the former head of the state's beleaguered unemployment agency. However, state records also show the legislature paid about $690,000 through at least 33 confidential settlements with employees over roughly the last decade. Despite Gordon's letter and a recent directive from Whitmer that outlines state separation agreement policy, lawmakers are likely to delve deeper into these arrangements. The House Oversight Committee on Thursday formally sought subpoena power related to these agreements, a sign that legislative investigations are likely.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Seamus with a story about Ford Field, which is now being converted into a federally run mass COVID-19 vaccine clinic. It will be able to deliver 5,000 shots into the arms of Michiganders starting Wednesday. The clinic inside the Dome Stadium that's home to the Detroit Lions will be the state's largest COVID-19 vaccine site. By Thursday morning, 65,000 people had already registered for vaccines at Ford Field. Any Michigander who's eligible for a shot can register to make a vaccine appointment at the stadium. To get yours, go to clinic.meyer.com or you can text END COVID to 75049. You can also call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services COVID-19 hotline at 888-535-6136. The Ford Field Clinic will run every day for 8 weeks. It will offer the Pfizer vaccine for the first 6 weeks and Johnson & Johnson's in the final 2 weeks. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Adrienne Roberts reporting for the Detroit Free Press. New unemployment claims are an indicator of the health of the economy, especially in this pandemic. And Michigan got a good sign Thursday with the prior week's jobless claims. There were 11,000 new claims the week ending March 13th, and that's down slightly from about 11,400 claims the week prior. New jobless claims have hovered around 11,000 for about 3 straight weeks now, and that's the lowest level they've reached since the pandemic started a year ago. Still, that's about twice as high as they were pre-pandemic. But we've come a long way since peaking in early April with nearly 400,000 claims in 1 week. For people that have been relying on unemployment benefits throughout the pandemic, there is some good news. Jobless benefits have been extended until September 4th, and the state's unemployment insurance agency has said that there likely won't be a delay in implementing those extensions, meaning benefits for many will continue as normal.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, and this is obviously a big week in sports, not just because of the NCAA tournament, but because of the start of NFL free agency. The Lions are remaking their roster, cutting ties with, most notably, Matthew Stafford, Marvin Jones, and a couple of cornerbacks. But they've signed a new backup tight end, a new backup running back, traded for a new defensive lineman, and, of course, traded for quarterback Jared Goff. Dave Burkett and Carlos Monarez highlight what's stuck out to them most so far.
I've never been big fans of teams that go out and throw money at all their problems, aka the New England Patriots. And so I like what the Lions have done in terms of, taking things slow and waiting, and they still have more moves to make, wide receiver and safety and the slot cornerback, but they should be able to get some of those guys at relatively discounted prices.
Yeah, I think you're right. That they're being careful with their money. They know they're not a couple players away here. These guys, Brockers and maybe not quite as much Jamal Williams, but they're kind of stopgap players. They're pieces that are going to help them build for the future, and that's going to involve the draft and undrafted guys, and working the waiver wires and all that in the next year or two to start building that team.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.